and it is Monday, and somehow I had 4 days of prep time, and I am still late. I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. It's Monday, and we are beginning not just the week, not just me not being dead exhausted, but we are beginning something other than Assault Intercessors, and man, am I excited. And I'm so prepared, I didn't even take the spurs out. I could have taken the spurs out, even. We're beginning into Bladeguard. I can get the camera at angle right. Come on. Yeah. A little bit of a crotch shot, don't worry about that. Where's the other one? Is this it? Oh yeah. Only 3 guys, 3 shields. Yeah, okay. Never mind, that's the 1 sprue. Yeah, I think we're just cleaning out this sprue. We might add a bear head to the sergeant, because that seems appropriate for, you know, white scars. See what I can do about that. Yeah. Cool deal, let's go. Oh yeah, I need the bases too. We're gonna be doing... Should we start with a normal? We should probably start with a normal guy to test the scheme out and stuff. And then we'll move on to like the sergeant for the cool stuff. So these guys are on 40s, right? There's 2. I have like extra... Oh yeah, okay, never mind. I was like, why are there extra 32s in here? How's everyone doing? Don't mind me if I'm still a little like crazy right now. This is Kasarakon's other, like, not other base, but his actual base. Okay, there's the other 40. Got 3 40s. I don't know, I can't get the camera to where I want to set. I'll say zoom it out a little bit. There we go. Up a little bit. That works. Cool deal. Let's do, we'll also have a couple of these on hand, because I think we'll be adding some decoration to these guys, because, hey, they are the Bladeguard. Should have some decorations. Somewhere on them. Yeah, okay. Alright. Let's go! I feel like it's dark in here. It's not. Well, most room is. It's because it's outside, it's all crappy. Alright, so... Which one's the sergeant? I'm assuming the one that has a gap in the chest to allow you to do this, or the other option even. I don't even see the other option. It was just how they built it. Which... Are they all the same, effectively? Like... This work. There's that for that pistol. I don't think there's any significant difference in the model themselves. I think it's on you to... And this guy is 2 on there. That guy is none, this guy is 1. Okay, so this guy will be our sergeant. The 20s, the low 20s. Then we have the 30s, the low 30s, and the high 30s. So we'll start with... Oh, it's like 20s into... Late 20s into early 30s. That's the... Okay, that's the least, the lesser, it seems, it looks like. So we'll start with that guy. We'll use that guy to figure out our scheme on him. It's wonderful when you have to make these without the instructions made. It's like, because they're new. Well, this is from the Indomitus box, so they're always monopose, which means that, I mean, it's very particular. This arm. Yeah, I'm excited to do something that's not Assault Marines. It's not Assault Marines, can you believe it? In fact, we don't have to do Assault Marines, Assault Intercessors again, not Assault Marines. Kinda wish there were Assault Marines, I wouldn't mind painting some Assault Marines. I can play with Assault Marines. Because they were firstborn, so they were designed so you can actually pop arms and stuff like really easy. Like just figure out your arms, figure out your shoulders, do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. I think it popped off. Nope, that's the head for the. Yep, there's the gap in the. Never mind. Is. Okay, that's that one's head. Okay, but this. Backpack. What's this backpack? This one. You gotta make sure you get the right ones, because with these monopose ones, you never know what they're gonna pull. Is that the whole thing? You've got front, back, chest, head. Well, I'll just try like is push to fit or push fit, whatever. There's like water on my thing from cleaning my airbrush earlier. It's not clean, it's just better than it was. It's a shield. Pick, sword, head. Oh yeah, that's the whole guy. So here's the other question. Do we want to use the little peg rock thing? I mean, I already make rocks. I make my green stuff. I think to hold consistency with the others, I think I just make more rocks. Okay, how I usually do. I will get to that later. I want to get to painting this guy. Just painting this guy's pizzas. So we'll do our usual clean the mold lines and crap. And can this song switch already? I don't know. For some reason, my patience with this song is very short. Here we go. Alright. I'm gonna chill me down a little bit. Also, my back. Yeah. Ugh. Alright. Okay, so let's clean those, set them up on corks, prime them, begin painting. Are there any... Actually, I probably should have kept this guy together so I can figure out if there's any, like, White Scar specific additions I can fit on this guy somewhere. I know he's already got so much going on, but that just tells me that he would be prepared for the burden of the honor of more stuff. That's what that tells me. Hello, Raise Kiel. Razak Kyle. I'll call you Raise. That cool? Welcome to the stream. Glad you're here. Sorry, your name is very cool looking. I can't figure out how to pronounce it. Okay, great. welcome to the stream. We're gonna be doing White Scars, Bladeguard. Razikiel. Razikiel. I think it was close the first time. Also, I think now we're at the point where I can zoom in a bit more, so you can see a bit better what I'm doing. Razikiel. Cool deal. Try to get that down. For reference, these guys are gonna look something like. Here's an assault intercessor sergeant I've already done. This is part of a large White Scars commission at a pretty high detail. So, we actually did a, I was painting so many of these assault intercessors. When I started the last one, I put up a poll in my Discord. Command Discord will get you there. Put up a poll, and Bladeguard were the next unit voted on. Oh, thank you. I'm thinking the power swords will be something similar, but I have some ideas for doing it a little differently to make it come out and look a little more, I don't know, realistic. So here's the thing. It looks good on camera from a distance. In life, it's a little on the flat end. I don't know. It's also weird because this one has such a thick edge. And I'm worried... this one's a lot thinner in comparison. But, still, I want to try something a little bit better. Currently on a rather daunting project. Let's hear it. I love hearing people's hobby projects. Whatever you're doing, let's go. I legitimately love talking about other people's hobby projects. Like, I am ready. Now, where can we fit more crap on this guy? If we could get a skull and scalp somewhere, that'd be cool. Could we attach it to the bottom of his little shield dingy thing? And drop an insta-link? You can. In fact, I'll do you one better. Why did that not work? Something happened to my commands? Oh boy. Okay, fair enough. Also, I want to know what's going on with my commands. Are my commands not working again? This wouldn't be the first time. Send them up. All right, I'll have to look at my commands after the stream. Ooh. Wow. You mind if I put this on stream? Put it on stream. We can chat about it a little bit. All right, cool deal. So, oh, actually, I need that in a different, and a different window. And care about whatever's going on Discord with the other stuff. Why is it not? Oh, I've got too many WordPads up. This one. Get rid of this one. Sorry, give me a second. Normally it's set up to just pull up my Discord, so I have to adjust that a little bit. There we go. Alright. And bam. Alright, cool. Alright, now we can discuss this. It finished printing this afternoon. Okay, so this is a 3D print. This looks amazing. What, I see that it's a dragon-like thing, but it looks like... Oh, I'm guessing runes? This is a lizard man thing? I'm feeling lizard man. Like Warhammer Fantasy kind of deal? Yeah. Oh, this is gonna be nice. Just based on how you painted the terrain stuff around it, I'm gonna be excited to see this. I'm gonna follow you right here. So I want to see how this comes out. I'm gonna give you your first like too. Yeah, no, I'm excited for that. Let's definitely see how that comes. The only thing I'm a little disappointed, I don't know if you have an airbrush, but I mean that would make a great airbrush target if not for it being on an already painted base. One page rules dead gator. Okay, cool. And this is something you've already done. Yeah, this is nice. I like this. Are there more pics? No? Okay, cool. That's pretty good. Yeah, I am excited to see how that comes out. Tend to use solo pics. I mean, that's fair. I try to get like 3 or 4 pics to get a full 360 because I end up putting so many details on like the whole thing. Like, I mean, this guy, for example, this is the obvious front shot, right? But there's more. And then there's more. And it's like, I want people to see all this. Oh yeah, I'll rummage through the gallery later. I want to get this thing rolling. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out later. I still have the window open on the side, so I'm not gonna forget you there. So I want to check out your other lizard men. I really like seeing lizard men painted stuff. I don't know, for some reason I like how the Aztec looks. The Aztec looks painted. Looks Yeah, that's speaking. English is hard, man. So it's pushed a little forward on shield. I think it's a cool concept. Maybe I'll do it anyway. I mean, there's nothing going on in the harness necessarily, so I'm kind of liking this. Okay, and this is not a sergeant, so we'll just do a normal head. And there is some gap on his belt. Can we fit this little pouch doohickey that we've never been able to cleanly put on anyone ever over here? So do have an air press, but contrast paints do not always play nice with airbrushing. That is totally fair. I've not really played with that kind of combo, so I wouldn't know. That still does not fit. Like, seriously, like, no Indomitus models actually accept this, like, belt doohickey from that at all, ever. I don't know what to tell you. Alright, cool. So let's, we'll pop this guy apart and, pop him on some corks and get to priming. Prime base coat and then start figuring out a scheme. Bases back in there because I only need one here, which I'll figure out later. I want to get to painting this guy. And yes, I have an airbrush, so priming is gonna right on its stream. It's not even stopping. I don't got time for stops. It's more like I don't have patience for stops. I'm so ready for this. I've done 18 assault intercessors at that scale. I'm so ready for something else. No idea. Been talking about moving on to these Bladeguard for weeks. Well, actually, the poll, I had a feeling it would be Bladeguard, but I also thought there was a possibility that my people would vote in the what do you call it? Primaris Chaplain on bike. Because that guy's done at tier 4, these guys are at tier 3, and I'm doing the whole thing black. Which my personal army is Raven Guard. So I have a lot of experience with black, and I have some new high-end black techniques I want to try out on him. So, we'll see how that goes when we get there. But for now, looks like it'll be these guys first. So, probably don't need this anymore. Pull out this. I'm going to need drill to prep the push-in pegs. Which actually I should probably do that first. To those. So what I do is, because the airbrushing is going to hit the holes and the pegs regardless, is I widen out, back in frame here, I widen all of the push-in holes. Just a little bit. I don't think that one actually does that enough. Are there small holes I have to worry about? That one got a little bit more. I think the arm might be good. Yeah, I actually got a fair bit of material out of the way. Oh. I have to be careful, not just drill straight through the piece. I've totally done that before. Fortunately, it came out the back of an assault intercessor, like next to, like basically right here. I just popped right through the whole thing. But because it was in the back, a little bit of green stuff, and it was no big deal. Unless it's just slightly, whatever the next size up, drill bit this is. This I want to say? Really close. Nope, slightly better. Bigger. I don't know what I just said. Slightly bigger. Perfect. Hydrate. My thing is, I am starting to become concerned if I have enough White Scar transfers for like chapter 6 symbol left. Really rather not have to get more of those. I've already had to once because I screwed up too many close support symbols. So that was more on me. Try not to like charge my clients more for stuff like that. I also, to prep, to make it easier, grind down the or scrape down the foot pegs a little bit, because both them and the hole in the base will be seeing a bit of thickening from, you know, priming, base coating, etc. Also, for reference, when I mentioned base coating in this context, I'm talking about the white on the guy that I'll be doing over the prime, and the black over the base that I'll be doing over the prime, that I do with airbrush to just coat everything. So I'm not talking about, like, you know, I'm not base coating Citadel style with a brush, like these pegs or anything. That'd be a little ridiculous. Just using an airbrush, so everything's gonna get hit somewhere down the line. I'm taking a fair bit off this, to be honest, but I'm gonna smooth this down a little bit, so we don't have extra matter getting involved later, potentially. There. Now, when all else is done, that should slide right into the peg, regardless of the paint I put on either side. Very good. Oh yeah, actual mold lines and crap. So, the one right in the middle of this thigh plate, and yeah, I'll be painting this in sub-assemblies for reference. I was doing it already on like the assault intercessors, but this one, it's gonna be even more relevant. Just so many overlapping details and robes and stuff. Which, like, I'm tempted to paint, like, everything not white red effectively, but I'm wondering if that won't be too monochromatic. Like, I'm wondering if I can slip black in there somewhere. I mean, I already have a little bit of black because the soft seals are black. Alright, so that piece is done. Oh yeah, and for anyone in my Discord already. Actually, I should just put a timer for the Discord. Because the commands keep... I don't know if it's breaking, keep not working. Off and on. As they just decide to, basically. There'll be group photos of all the assault intercessors coming up pretty soon. I took them last night, added them last night, they're ready to go. I like to spread them out a little bit. Or actually, no, I think in my Discord, they already are all in there. Yeah, they are already all in there, because people in Discord get stuff early. Yeah. Can confirm. I think this guy's done. He didn't really have a whole lot going on here. Yeah, they actually, like, put his, like, sprue connections in pretty good places. I'm gonna move this forward. A little more comfortable for me. So I'm thinking for the sword, because I gotta figure out a method of doing that power sword kind of look. Sorta kinda like that. But easier and quicker. So that version takes hours to do, and I've got 3 of these to do. So I don't wanna spend half the time on painting this already pretty complex model on just the sword. We gotta give the shield some love too. Which the shield, I'm also like, do I want to do like metal skulls down the middle, or do I want to make them bone? Like, White Scars kind of seem like the types that they would use bone. Just throwing that out there. I think that could make a lot of sense and wouldn't be too hard to do. Actually, be a barely more effort than metal, if not less effort than metal, because it's a lot more forgiving. Actually, my bone scheme, it's a lot more forgiving. Yeah, right. Like, it would make sense that White Scars would have either bone colored skulls or actual bone in there. Right, okay. Yeah, I'm not... They literally have a head chaplain. Well, I mean, all of them have a master... All chapters have a master of sanctity. It just... how nuts are they? I already have 5. I have a head Oh, yeah. No, I get what you mean. Yes. They have a head of heads department. Then chaplain charges severed heads of enemies. Yeah, they have a head of the head department. Which I have put that to work before in other ways. This is the currently completed Outrider Sergeant. There will be another squad of these done, but yeah. And he's not the only guy I have with this arm set up. And if you notice, the Apothecary also has some skulls on the back of his belt. Whether those are brothers or enemies, who can tell? I could see the use of recycling Astartes skulls in particular to make particularly durable servo skulls. Especially the ones with weapons in them. That would make sense to me. Even in Death They Serve. Way more literally than in Dreadnoughts. Because they are actually dead. Why don't we have that, by the way? Like, they just showed that with, This seems so obvious now. They just showed the Leagues of Volton, their new Psyker has the little, like, drone things with bolters on them. Why don't the Space Marines have servo skulls with bolters? There are already servo skulls with las pistols. Put some bolt pistols on there. I want some bolt pistol servo skulls. Maybe I'll just make some. I have the bits. I can make a bolt pistol servo skull. Yeah. Yeah, I got a really cool third-party Tech Marine coming up in time, eventually. In like 5 years, I don't know. I'm gonna give him some servo skull weapon support, because I think he's missing a couple weapons he should have anyway. If I'm gonna run him as Primaris anyway. Which is like, why would you not run the Primaris one? I mean, most of the Firstborn at least have the thing where you can give them any weapons, but the weapons that come with the Firstborn are pretty good. I mean, it's hard to argue with a heavy bolter that doesn't have the heavy profile, and allows you to also shoot the grav pistol. Which, like, I actually have a soft spot for grav weapons. I see them as the reliable plasma, basically. And they're perfect Space Marine poppers. Well, for normal Space Marines. I'm not counting Gravis or Terminators. So yeah, we'll do red trim, white paneling, bones. Yeah, the skulls will be bone. I almost wish that they were more piled instead of a straight stack, but you know. Oh, I just realized that there's bone inside there. Well, that's gonna be annoying. But I can pull it off. It'll be a whole thing, but I can do it. And Halo will be silver. Like silver. Yeah, I can make this look pretty good. I believe in myself. I can do it. This actually is not that. It's fairly straightforward, just very precise. But precise is fine. I do plenty of precise. Hey, Former. How goes, my man? Nice. I like a good thumbs up to how you doing. Biggest amount I've worked on with contrast, not really working as expected. Contrasts are difficult on large things. Honestly, myself, I use contrasts a lot, but for actually more very specific things. I don't use them as washes hardly at all, except for Skeleton Horde. It's the only thing I really use as a wash. Everything else I use actually as some manner of shader. What about you? My mega injured there in Hematring. Oof. Weakly. I mean, oof, but you're not wrong. I know, right? How dare. Need to do some more reps, I say. I'm doing pretty good. I can't say I appreciate the weather right now, because it's like it's like dark and rainy again today, because it's fall. That's just what it's like up here. I'm in New England, so all day it's barely made it past like dawn light because of super heavy cloud cover. Raining earlier, which never does great things for my energy level, but I'm way better than I was last week because I had a good solid number of days of, I mean, not necessarily off, like I did work every day actually, but at least it was at my own pace, and I could just focus on the thing I was doing. Like, even though I painted, like I worked in the White Scars, I finished the other Solar Intercessor, I was just doing whatever. Just taking my time. Came out really good because of that, actually. And I watched almost the entirety of the Hobbit trilogy. I'll probably be finishing that over dinner or something between streams. I'm on the last one. Fell during dodge train because you can't walk, obviously. Dude, it's Krillin from Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Dodge. Nah, he's gotta learn to be like Aang, where he just literally just strolls around attacks. That's how you do it. That's how a master dodges. Goes for a stroll. Yeah, I am just excited. I actually forgot to put up an announcement, but yeah, we're doing Bladeguard Veterans. That was the winner of the poll by 1 vote. Also, check out Razkiel's I already forgot how to pronounce it. Sorry, man. Check out his Instagram. He does cool Blizzard Man stuff. He's working on some giant monstrosity thing. I could only tell it was Lizard Man, not even necessarily because it was a giant lizard, but because of the ruins he was standing on. I don't really know Fantasy or Age of Sigmar, like, at all. So, got no idea. It's like a big notch in this guy's, like, shoulder rim. I don't know why. I never dodge, I just move out of the weapon's path. Sounds like a Dark Souls player right there. I don't roll, I use spacing. Yo, bam! Also, check out this guy. He's hilarious on Fortnite streams. Like, go follow him. What's up, Bam? Yes, I am in the hobby space. I'm at the hobby table. And my hand won't allow it to focus properly. What's going on, Bam? How's you doing? I mean, wow, the head had, like, no cleanup. Sweet deal. Alright, let's pop these on some clocks. I think they're ready. Yeah, did I get all of them? Yeah. You Dark Souls. How dare you get out of my chat? Not much heading to the store. Yeah, fair enough. I don't know if it might still be raining over in your area, but it was raining here a couple minutes ago, so keep an eye out for that. You Dark Souls, yeah, just leave. We play Dark Souls in this house, and we destroy it. We get good in this house. Whoop! Just threw my clippers. That was a good call. Okay, bye. Jad move. Jad move, I respect. But yeah, if you don't know who the Blade of Mikola is, then I have nothing to say to you. This is a trick question. That's not Dark Souls. It's Elden Ring. But also still, get good, kid. Speaking of Elden Ring, sometime soon, I'm not sure exactly when, might be a couple more weekends. Rain, you mean the tears of those I have slain? Yes. No, the tears of the loved ones are the ones you have slain. The ones you have slain shouldn't be crying anymore. That was kind of the point. But I think in a couple weekends, I'll be beginning on Saturdays, probably infrequently at first. Like every couple of Saturdays, I'm going to do a Dark Souls, not Dark Souls, an Elden Ring stream. I want to set up to do randomizers for both enemies and weapons. I've already played through like the entire thing, not just being it, but like most of the exploration. So let's mix it up and get crazy. And I can only imagine the reactions are going to be absurd, so may as well stream them. Something I wanted to do anyway. This thing is not adhering. I think I just got too much glue. Got too much glue the air can't get to the insides and harden it. Little glue. Less is more. The real question is, you know what, actually, I'm gonna do true randomized. I'm gonna go in as a wretch. I was about to say, what kind of build should I do? And I was like, well, maybe we'll let the game decide for us. Need to collect their tears as they are dying. Oh, you're going for them slow kills. Fair enough. Make them realize they have lost, and at their end is moments in the coming. Or, you know, give them like hours of space because they're millennia Blade of Mikola. Dude, I swear if I leave that tutorial tomb thing into the main map and the first thing I see is a millennia, done. I'm out. I did beat her, for the record. And I didn't do it with, I didn't do it co-op. I did use the summons. I used the mimic tier. It still didn't make it that much easier, but I did do it. I had to all but beat the rest of the game and get the Black Blade of Malakath and just hit her with literal death in the face. But I did beat her. Blade of what? The Black Blade of Malakath. So Malakath is like a demigod that was the wielder of the Rune of Death. And you can get his sword. It's a ginormous obsidian greatsword. And it has a special ability that does these weird slice things in like a dome that not only causes a damage drain, but literally reduces their max HP bar. So like it's like we're talking like D&D necrotic damage level nonsense. So he is flat-footed, so we'll just pop this right into here. Yeah, it's a pretty amazing sword. I was already doing a strength heavy, like a strength tank build. Heavy armor, great sword, some really large weapon that should be two-handed, but I was one-handing it because I have obscene amounts of strength. Well, you have to remember that it's made by a Japanese company, but Dark Souls and Elden Ring, generally speaking, are primarily Western influenced. Like, your standard weapons is like... So, like, my starting class was a knight. I'm not talking about weeb knight, I mean just a medieval knight. I had plate armor, a halberd, a short sword, and a kite shield. And that's actually pretty, like, that's a lot of the stuff in there. So when you start getting into when the magic stuff gets involved, then goes a bit on the weeb. not super weeb. I mean, there's a fair bit in there that's still pretty like Western fantasy grounded. It's more of that than the weeb stuff. Let's put it that way. Like you have holy magic and arcane that's based on star stuff, I guess. I mean, astral. There's a few different types. Pyromancy. It's pyromancy, black pyromancy. It's madness. You can just inflict people with madness. That's a thing. It has a status effect. It does insane amounts of damage. But it's really hard to use. I'm having such a hard time with glue today. I don't know what's up. I mean, it's technically staying on. I know it's not done yet, so we'll just let that solidify on its own. We'll just not touch that. It's fine. It's fine. Archie and Halberd are totally different periods. You? No, you're not. What are you talking about? Late medieval age. I mean, Halberd's a whole weapon category. Remember that, okay? Let's see. Kite shield. Time period. Gained popularity spreading throughout the Western Europe during the 1000s, and then how long was it used? Okay, 10th to 12th centuries is based on you just what Google spits out. Okay, so halberd. Like they weren't usually used together. It developed in the 13th century. Okay, so they could have had a little bit of overlap right in the beginning. Kite shield is early medieval. Okay, let me throw this at you, okay? Complete fantasy world. It's not our history. Like, it was inspired by our history. It's not our history, so irrelevant. Completely different reality. Because here's the thing. Weapons are designed to solve problems. Weapons and armor are designed to solve problems. Those problems pop up in our history based on stuff happening in our history. Same problems can pop up but in a different order. Like, just as easily. Also, we did not have fantastical creatures and magic to deal with. Or people that could become, like, strong enough to use weapons the size of cars. Armor designed to solve problems, right. But that means the problems were designed to create problems. I mean, that's fair. Well, yes and no. I suppose yes. Well, see, there are weapons that are designed to solve the problem of armor. Hey, there's a great big hole in me skull. Great way of putting it. What was I gonna say? Look, if I need a halberd, if armor is so bad, you have to use a kite shield. Well, would you like more armor when you're dealing with the actual dragon? I will definitely take the more armor, especially when the shield completely negates damage. Because that's how shields work in the game. If it's purely physical damage, the shield negates, like a good shield anyway. Great shields, what I mostly use. Tower shields and great shields. Negated 100% of incoming damage. If it was physical, and I blocked it appropriately. It would negate a certain amount of status damage. You know, lightning, holy, magic, yada yada. Fire. That'd be dependent on what the shield was made out of. I don't think people were in actual medieval history were trying to solve the problem of that dude's running around with a ginormous jellyfish head as his shield. Because that's a thing. Against dragon, armor would be useless. Depends on the dragon. Also depends on what the armor is made out of, because remember, if there are dragons, that means you can make armor out of dragon bone and dragon scale. You'd need castle to fight dragon. I'd say castle makes you a bigger target. I'd say you need ghost horse and a really big stick. Because ghost horse, that can double jump, pretty good against dragons. Seeing that at one point I took on 3 dragons at the same time, and because I was mounted, I won. Because that's a thing. Oh yeah, ghost horses. Solve that problem. Like, these are unique solutions for unique problems. Also, the horses vary in size massively for some reason. Like, you have your horse that's like a little bit bigger and a little bit stockier than like normal horse. And you see knights on like standard war horses. Then you see the occasional boss on horseback, and the horse is like 5 times the size of like you and your horse. Like, what? Fire Silver Campbell Ghost Horse solve. Good luck hitting Ghost Horse. The thing runs at like 50 miles an hour. In double jumps. Did I mention the double jumping? I mentioned the double jumping. I mean, it's got some hops. It's got ups. It came to battle wearing its Air Jordans. Actually, literally, there are points where you have trebuchets firing at you while you're on horseback. And they're not a really big deal if you're paying attention. Because you're on Ghost Horse. Melee weapons against dragons aren't a good idea. Explosion? Well, no, those trebuchets did explode when they landed, to be fair. Yeah, well, bows in the game aren't good. I've tried. I started a bow-only build, and it's kind of meh. Oh, that emote isn't working either. What is going on with my chat today? Oh, Soren, you walked into a Elden Ring versus realism debate. My point is, Elden Ring can be plenty realistic if you take into consideration that it's a fantasy realm with fantasy problems. Let's check Kato Sicarius, who killed Tau Bomber with a sword. To be fair, I think he learned that from... What's her name? The Tau commander? Storm something? Or Shadow Spear? What? No, that's the box set. Whatever her name is. The one that killed the Ravenguard chapter master. She tried landing on Kasaro Khan's Thunderhawk and point blank plasma cutting his wing off. So that was actually the Tau's idea. Horse runs 50 mile per hour, laughs in 500. Yeah, 550 mile per hour can in one direction. I'm talking about 50 miles per hour in this direction. Turn your cannon and fire accurately at something going that fast. Like, you're forgetting how vectors work. What am I looking for? Like, I don't remember how Kato Sicarius killed a Tau Bomber with a sword, but I imagine it was something kind of similar. Here's the other thing. The dragons in Elden Ring, for some reason, decide to land a lot. I don't know if they can only maintain flight for so long. But they land a lot, so you actually get plenty of time to hit it with a big stick. Shadow Sun, thank you. Yeah, Shadow Sun in the Damocles book, audiobook collection landed on Kasaro Khan's Thunderhawk and tried to point blank plasma cut his wing off. Kasaro Khan, of course, took exception to that and got out, jumped out of one of the hatches and then started dueling her on the wing of the Thunderhawk, which was pretty metal. Of course, both survived, because they're both characters you can put on the table right now. Unlike a certain other Ravenguard chapter master. Speaking of Kasaro Khan, we will eventually be painting him, his Primaris version. He is part of this commission. I mean, basic Fire Warriors enough to kill RG Chapter Master. They are lame chapter. That was not a basic Fire Warrior. That was one of their stealth suits. Oh no, that wasn't even a stealth suit. That was one of their big ones. Not the really big ones, but that was a decent sized suit. With plasma. And he was invisible. Also, the Chapter Master was a little busy with Shadow Sun. Which was the idea. Last mount, and then I think we can get to priming. We're just saying Fire Warrior would pull it off as well. Oh, the Fire Warrior. Maybe. Because that guy is Custodes level nonsense for some reason. Maybe it's actually just the Doom guy joined a Tau. And that's the Fire Warrior. You're not actually a Tau. You're a human, and you're the Doom Slayer. So that would explain how you're able to take on Space Marines. Which is absurd. Fire Warriors get so dunked on by Space Marines. Alright. Hopefully those are all mounted, like, solidly. This is the only one I was really concerned about. Yeah, that was fine. Okay. Cool deal. Let's begin. So, pop all these over here. We're gonna zoom out a little bit. Here. Get yonder painting box. It's a new painting box, because the old one was getting so grungy it was annoying me. My compressor still on from earlier? Nope. Any Fire Warrior? No. This is incorrect. And this was proven. It took like the same 5. It was like they were like company veterans, I want to say. Yeah, I want to say, yeah, they were third company veterans in that same book. Is it the same book? No. Well, same audio collection, different story, but say also in Damocles. Took out not only an entire base by themselves, no casualties, but then boarded and cleaned out an entire Tau warship. And yeah, it's, they had the sergeant was captured on the warship. Because that was actually the plane. It was ruse. Done by an Inquisitor that turned traitor. Possibly because of mind worms. Possibly. Alright. Hopefully, the audio is not too bad. Lately, no one's had any issues, so... I think we can zoom in a bit more. For them people that don't really do much airbrushing, wanna pick up on what's going on here. And I'm really trying to make sure that it's pretty thin coats. And from a decent distance so that it's not too wet when it hits. Else it'll do that. We don't want that. Because that's not flat. So yeah, these guys will be very red. I'm gonna serve the RG, I would also betray Imperium. Inquisitor didn't serve with the Raven Guard, actually. There was an Inquisitor involved on the Raven Guard side, but it was a different guy, if I remember correctly. Oh wait, maybe it was the same guy. Also, what's your vendetta against the Raven Guard, anyway? Is it just to troll me? You have to try a little harder. Like, I want to hear reasons. I want to hear this logic. Oh, I'm spewing. No wonder this is going on. Get some moisture back up in here. Just empty all that out. Like, this is coming out like thinner than I would normally expect. But nah, it's just water in the hose because condensing air drops its temperature, which gets condensation going. I do have 2 moisture taps going, but it doesn't mean they catch all of it. They just capture most of it. There we go. It's a lot better. And I'm not going till it's perfectly opaque. It might look like they're Burns RG fanboy, so I just crap on them for no reason. That's fair enough. Well, you're gonna be quite disappointed when I finish the White Scars commission then. Because until I get another commission, that's what we'll be painting. Because that's what my whole army is. And man, do I gotta back up. So here's what I mean with layered details. It'd be so annoying to try to paint this robe here from behind with the other leg there. But you'd be able to see it. So it's gotta be painted. That's that one. At least it's a personal vendetta rather than, say, my vendetta against the Iron Hands. I just find that meaningless. Oh, my camera is flipping out. Like, what purpose in in like the greater Great Crusade do they provide. Same with Ferris Manus. Like, he's not the only smith or craftsperson, not by a long shot. And you can't even say he was definitely the best, because we can't even prove that, necessarily. Because, like, you also have the Emperor's Children, and the Blood Angels, and the Salamanders, and the Iron Warriors. Like, what? And I think, mentally and emotionally, his sons are wusses. They provide the edge, I was gonna say. Well... So here's the thing. Raven Guard are goth. Iron Hands are emo. That's the difference. Raven Guard, when they go emo, it's literally considered a sickness. The emo with the seething rage inside, that is the Iron Hands, that's considered Tuesday. So, like, you know, when you actually read Raven Guard lore and read their characters and how they act, like normal ones actually talk, they're actually pretty chill, pretty well put together dudes. Like, you know, they're just guys. Like, we have a job to do, and we joke around a little bit, and oh haha, we're so stealthy, and look at them not realizing where we are. Like, it's not. Generally, it's not that edgy. I will say the one in Damocles, the company veteran sergeant, that guy was a bit edgy, but like, especially during the Great Crusade, like they were not edgy, like at all. Even after Isvan, it was like, yeah, we're ticked, but also like, isn't this like beer terrible? That was an actual conversation. Like, I'm not making that up. That was a real thing, and I want to say Deliverance lost. When they go full edge, it's ash blindness or the sable brand, and it's considered a sickness, and it's like miniature. It's like mini Black Rage with a touch of Dorn's Darkness. Which I kind of want rules for, honestly. Because, you know, if people are going to call us as much edgelords as the Iron Hands or the Blood Angels, then we should probably get some rules for it. I actually didn't put enough, well, now it's flowing really nicely, actually. It's always, like... I think it's because more air gets in from, like, air in the paint, because the paint's nearly run out. It actually came out very wet. I wonder if there's more moisture built. Not really. You have a bunch of dry primer on the needle, though. Oh, you know who else are edgelords? Night Lords. They're called the Night Lords. And they're all like, we're evil because we want to be evil. Like, there's no actual logic to it. Not anymore. Maybe very early on, it was like, oh, we kill and harm the least so the most survive. Now it's just because they wanna. Like, that's pretty edgy. Let's be real. Oh, need a little bit more primer. Just a little bit. Not a significant amount of primer. I'm like hungry all of a sudden. I had a decent breakfast. I'm calling it on painting for the evening. Fair enough, man. Sometimes you need a break. You need to stop. And sometimes it's your job, so you're not allowed breaks. It's not entirely true. We have a link. I'm assuming a work in progress. Let us see. Oh, that's actually coming along very quickly. But you did say you're using contrast, so that makes sense. Let's knock this onto. Yeah, I'd say it's coming together. Pretty good. Way quicker than I paint. Like by a long shot. What am I looking for here? The OBS window. There we go. Oh, so for now I'm doing the rough underwork. That goes a lot faster. Yeah, definitely. That's... Like, if I were doing that one, I would have done sub-assemblies, and yeah, I'd be, like, priming away and then base coating green with the airbrush. I was going to, but it was hell to put together and components didn't play nice. That's fair. I'm sure the assembly was more complex than, you know, a Space Marine. Even a monopose box set nonsense. So, had some snapped off bits I had to glue. Oh boy. Yeah, that's not great. I think that the sub-assembly parts hadn't been tested if you could put them together when I was actually printing. I think that the sub-assembly parts hadn't been tested if you could put them together when... I'm sorry, I'm completely losing what you're trying to say there. I got 3D print files. Yeah, I get that, but at some point you had to assemble them. So I mean, you just take the parts that need to be assembled and you paint them as pieces, then you put them together later. I mean, you are saying that the assembly was very wonky. Just I'm having a hard time understanding why it was so wonky. Maybe they just didn't design it super well. I don't know. There are parts that had to go through others to get the assembly together. Yeah, that I've dealt with a couple times. That's annoying. I really dislike it when model designers do that. There's some like super long peg that you have to string through multiple pieces. Yeah, I get that sufficient. Oh, yeah, you can see the pegs on this pic. Can you? I see the pegs to put them on the base. Oh, wait, on the base. The base had some stuff. You had to string the fingers through, right? Or something like that. Also, a slight warping on the 3D print when curing. Yeah, that's a problem. It's no good. Base coat. We'll be using army paint or matte white. Don't mind the matte black that it got hit with some overspray. Need some flow improver, some thinner. Oh, you got it together. You got it together and it's starting to look pretty good. Also, yes, I know my power cam looks weird and very dark and edgy, but it's just because it's not looking at the right thing for its color and light settings to work. I know what I should do is make a airbrush ready dropper bottle of white paint instead of trying to mix it in the airbrush like a pleb. But I'm a pleb. I don't know what to tell you. Does not seem like enough white paint. That seems very... Yeah, that's still too thin. Use syringes for mixing. I was given some... What are these? Nope, not those. Those are the heavy dudes. These things. I was given some of those. Not quite syringes. Kind of close. I have some ideas of when I could use these, just not... I don't know. I have a system that technically works right now, so I'm kind of I'm going with that. For the moment, I just finished like 2 weeks of really heavy work crunch, so like I'm kind of just trying to get back in a stable flow, and then I'll start messing with the system again. Because yes, there are better ways of doing it, so I am aware. Alright, that's decent. Actually, I got a pretty good mix with this just now. It's coming out very easy. The idea with this is still like thinning coats, but you do it so it's actually opaque this time. It's still low on the thin side, but it's coming out very easy, so I'm just gonna... It's easy to apply. I don't mind doing a bunch of coats. And then what I do a lot, for those that don't use airbrush a lot, I then go back a lot of times with just air, just make it dry faster. You have to be careful you're not using too thick paint when doing that, because you could end up drying the outermost bits of paint, and the innermost like has to dry more, and you can mess that up later. That's super common if you're doing it right, but it is a thing that can happen. Also, I don't know why my camera keeps blinking out. It's kind of weird. Fortunately, it's just my face cam. So now I'm missing a whole lot. I feel like the backpack... Ooh, just hit the camera. I feel like the backpack still isn't opaque enough. Because the wig is coming out very thin. Nice smaller pieces, I actually just have to set them aside to dry while I spray something else, because it's more efficient than trying to blow dry them. And I can do the other small pieces and just go through them in cycles. So yeah, this could take a little bit drying, but not as much as before. And actually, just makes it dry more even that way. So layers of wetness I mentioned. That was like just the right amount of matte blade. Get a little bit more on the sword blade. And from straight to painting to airbrush cleaner. Or so actually, no, I'll do rinse first. Alright. Now I put some airbrush cleaner in there to soak a bit. I'll spray a little bit through the mechanism. So it's coating everything in there. I can just soak. So later, probably after the stream, or next time I use it, more likely. Yeah, paint around the actual moving parts is not an issue. So, we got an ad in 5 minutes. I could use a quick pee break, and I got to replace the paint water. So, I'm gonna slap on the BRB screen, hit the ad, and I'll be back in a couple minutes. are back. And right, yeah. Arm for his camera has wandered. Hold on. Bear with me. There we go. Still, maybe not. Lighting isn't quite as perfect, but it's still a lot better than it was before, where I had this stand like immediately next to me all the time. Comfortable here, and I'm thinking some more, a bit more in frame for the base cam, but I'll be able to sit in a more ergonomic way for my back, I think. Let's see. Here. Oh, actually, I need it over here so I can see. Yeah, this is fine, actually. Okay. I'll begin painting. I will be starting with the soft seals. So we actually have a fair bit going on here. So we're gonna have black for soft seals, green for the wax, parchment for this. Oh, I gotta fix the. So here. There we go. Green for the wax, parchment for the purity seal, which is quite a long one. Kind of nice. Fair bit of scripting on that one. More black soft seals, black and the soft bits in here, and the belt. Not that you can see much of it, but it's there. Rawhide for the pouches, and then red for the pauldron here, and then we'll pop the chapter icon there. And then the white armor itself, before the chapter symbol. That will be last. I always do transfer last. Yeah, decent bit going on here. Let's get to it. Should I do something special with the plates, the thigh plates? You won't be able to see them, but I'm thinking about maybe making them red, just cause. I don't know. Would that look good? Nah, it's probably fine. Yeah, we'll just continue. We'll just begin. So I'm gonna grab some Abaddon black or black. That much black. Not gonna be using that brush. Gonna be using, because yeah, there isn't really much in the way of really big spots, except I guess right in the front. I guess I could use it for there. The rest of it, I'm gonna use the sable brush I use for just about everything. I need to moisten my wet palette. It's a little dry. Oh. Alright. Yeah, I'll get some. Oh, wait. Did I put the flow improver? I put the flow improver. Alright, very good. Yeah, we'll do that front side bit with the bigger brush. Actually, yeah, no, I was wrong. I could do a fair bit of this with this brush. Probably did not need to put as much effort into cleaning it as I did, but that's fine, whatever. And yeah, the rest of the spots is going to need to be a smaller brush, so we're gonna... And then we're gonna... Yeah, let's do a couple... We're gonna do a couple passes on these. Our black's pretty thin. They're properly opaque. Man, the actual painting begins and everyone runs away. Oop, that's gonna be annoying. Alright, while those dry, I am gonna switch to the other brush. Just gonna move on with the other sections. So I'm grabbing a size 0 sable. Get up in somehow, we're gonna somehow get up in this armpit. It's not an easy cal to get the brush into, but alright. Actually, quite annoying to get the brush in there. Alright, so I think just it all needs to dry now. A little bit up here. I always start saying something like that, and that's something I missed. Every time. Alright. Now I think it's good to dry now. And, pop on Dawnstone. And then, brown of the patches, and then we can... Or pouches, I mean. And we can null oil all of that. And then... Could use some more top here. Not sure how my black got so wet, but... Yeah, next is gonna be Dawnstone. Nope. So I got the Dawnstone highlight opaque, and we'll, after I the base coat of the pouches, because that will be using some no oil as well. We're gonna just do a full no oil wash in the soft seals here. And yeah, the soft seals look a little funky because that's just how they keep molding them with this weird, like, pull point. I've only really noticed it in the Indomitus box set stuff, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, it's a thing. Yeah, fair bit of this will be softened a lot by no oil, so I'm not worried too massively. The hard one is gonna be his armpit. I think you'll be able to see it too great, but just in case. Can't even see the thing. There's actually two solid ridges going on in there. There we go. Yeah, I'll get cleaned up by the no oil as well. Okay, I gotta wait a second for this last bit to dry, as I put the black on very wet right there. Here's a question. Do I want to do anything particularly odd with these weird knee pad things? The raised knee pad plates? Just keep them standard. Suppose I can paint them standard, because I'll be painting all the white stuff around them anyway, and just, you know, see how it looks. Fairly easy to paint over if I decide to go in a completely different direction after. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, let's grab down here first. Oh yeah, my air compressor's still on. Let's turn that off. Okay, straight to the point that the raised edges I can paint on galleries are still drying, because I'm not getting any paint in there. I'm not putting the brush in there. I'm gonna stay up here. A high ground. Alright, pouches. Mornfang brown. Let's go. That's not Mornfang brown. Over here is Mornfang. Now, Mornfang brown. I like the richness of the color. Its coverage ain't great. It comes out like straight out of the pod, like super. That is whistle. It's right out of the pod, like super transparent. So it always takes a good number of coats to do really anything. It doesn't look it when you first put it on, but when it dries, you realize, oh, this is like really thin. That stuff is still drying. Kind of thinking while that dries all the way, because I put on some of that paint pretty thick on purpose, so it's going to take a while to dry thoroughly. So I'm kind of thinking, let's put the green on the wax seal over here. I'll be using Caliban green as the base coat. Could just pop out the entire purity seal real quick. Alright, I think it's good for another coat of brown, then we'll go back to the pink seal. Yeah, we'll move from here to crew green. It's a very flat purity seal. What I'm gonna do is try to do a little bit of cheeky freehand nonsense here. A tiny little lightning bolt on there. Last step on that would be to pop some butane green to kind of blend that together. Butane green shader, sometimes they use green ink, I mean, no, either or. Yeah, I think we're ready for normal oil. Most of this will probably be in 2 passes because, my normal oil is very thin from, some airbrush phone improver stuff getting, mixed in there when I was putting normal oil through my airbrush. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. And I put just a little bit of non oil around the lip of the pouch and around where the button will go. And it's a little lighting bolt come out pretty cool. Yeah, usually what I'll do if like I have 2 ways of doing the green wax things, and that's either I'd like Felix yellow, then green ink, because green ink will shift into light green, or crook green and butane green for a darker wax. Either way, it's good. Yeah, well, no, I was drying. Oh, just knocked over something. Knocked over info. Oh, I'm getting like really tired all of a sudden. I have 2 pings in Discord. It's the second one I care about. It's a Gosu one. Let's see. Give me a second. I'm just, our good friend Gosu is asking me a streaming question. Alright. Anyway. Alright, so I think it's all good. It's whatever. Oh, I forgot to pop into the stream your voice chat, so that's an option. Anyway. Yeah. Oh boy. Okay. Man. Ugh. Quiet streams kill me. I desired painting. Desired painting by myself. Be like watching something in the background, but not. Or at least listen to copyrighted music. So, next piece we're gonna grab, Wreck Our Flesh. It's gonna be our base coat for the Fury Seal, and highlight for the pouches. This stuff, it says it's a base coat, a base color, but I don't know if my pot got weird somewhere down the line or what, but really I find it works way better as what they would call a layer. Takes quite a few coats to make it properly opaque. Hey, Venom. How are you doing, my man? Thank you for coming and breaking the silence of this pretty quiet stream since I started putting brush to plastic. I had like a bunch of people in here while I was like clipping and airbrushing, but soon it was like, alright, time for the fun work to begin. Everyone just fled. Fled for the hills. Also, I think I was way out of frame just now. What's up? But, how are you doing? Busy work today, wasn't able to tune in when I got the notifications time. Yeah, it's all good, man. You do what you gotta do. I am here when you are available. Well, you know, during my normal streaming time, but I suppose you could always watch my VODs. No, it's not quite as good as the real thing, but... Alright, let's do a little bit of dry brush nonsense I do. There's not much texture on here compared to, say, the pistol holsters? Holsters. My words have not been great today. Not gonna lie. Kinda all over the place in the English department. We're just flubbing words entirely. I knew what words I wanted, just I could not say them. Good combo when you're, I don't know, a live streamer. These are pretty roughed up. But you know what? That makes sense. These are the guys that go into the thick of it. Like the thickest of it. Ironically, I said earlier I found Bladeguard flesh for a base coat went on pretty transparent, but I think it actually covered Purity Seal pretty well. I think we can just move on to our next step and not do more Bladeguard flesh. So I'm going to start with doing the wash of Skeleton Horde over the pouches. Then we'll do the Pallid Witch Flesh on the Purity Seal while that's drying. It's Agrex on that. While it's drying, I can do the red coat base on the shoulder pauldron. Yeah, we're moving along. I don't think I'm gonna finish this chunk before the end of the stream, because it's still a decent bit of weight. But pretty early on in the next stream, we'll finish him, probably in the first hour. Almost certainly in the first hour, the next stream. So we can start on the much more interesting front end. Tonight. I gotta figure out when I'm gonna make the base. Because, like, that's gotta cure overnight. I got 100 vote for chat. Yeah, you did by one vote. One vote beat it out. And yeah, I forgot to put up an announcement declaring the winner. I mean, the winner's also kind of like self-evident in the title of the first stream, since the pictures of the last intercessor, you know, went up. I mean, I could have really gone either way. Probably the one I was the least excited to do were the Outriders, but hey, if you guys say the Outriders, we'll do the Outriders. But like, I was totally ready for either the Bladeguard or the Chaplain. Ugh. Also, did you see the follower count right now? It almost moved earlier. We had a guy in here for a while, and I was chatting him up and everything, and he never followed, so you still get to see it. Maybe that's why he didn't follow. He didn't want to ruin it. Let me have it a little bit longer. Yeah, Pallid Witch Flesh. That's what we want. Yeah. Originally I was gonna do it. I wasn't sure what, but I was gonna try to do something funny when we hit on stream, but I picked up, like 5 or 6 followers over the time that I was taking off, quote unquote, off from streaming anyway. I still did a bunch of work, not including the Assault Intercessor. But at least when I was painting the Assault Intercessor, I was doing it on my like timeline and at my speed, so I was able to get like some rest. I never really took like a bunch of time completely off. We have this weekend for that, and I don't feel dead right now, so because yeah, there's nothing currently scheduled for this weekend. So make it through the week, I can just do whatever. I don't have a ton of stuff I'm behind on necessarily. Or a ton of stuff expected of me. Like last weekend, ironically. There was still more tech stuff to do. Also, I'm gonna have a treat this weekend. Thursday will be my grocery run day. And I'm gonna pick myself up some ice cream. Because I've not had ice cream since like January, February-ish. And I'm like, you know, nearly 25 pounds lighter, so I think I deserve some bloody ice cream. I'm officially under 130 pounds. Which is pretty good, apparently. I still have more fat I can trim off, so that's apparently not crazy. Yeah, treat yourself. Oh, I intend to. I've been having cravings for ice cream for weeks, dude. Like, weeks. I'm not even joking. Like, a while. I want to do a big cheat day and get, like, Domino's and stuff, but I can't afford a $60 consumable night. Like, even the $6 for the ice cream when just a tub of sugar was enough to deter me for months. $6, $7, something like that. It might be $8 now for all I know. I haven't checked. It was a lot easier also to deny myself it because I started getting groceries at a different store than the one that I get my ice cream at. It's not like I literally have to go to a different store just to get ice cream, but I'm gonna do it Thursday. I'm gonna make it happen. And I'm not gonna have it until Friday night after the last stream. Then I have dinner and then I have the ice cream. Yeah, I have the last stream, and then before I even get dinner, I just have the ice cream. No, it'll be the Friday night stream. Now it's the weekend, so I'm gonna have dinner and then have ice cream. It'll be great. I sound like such an old man right now. Oh, I'm gonna have my ice cream treats now. Like what? Yep, pretty much. Okay, that powdered witch flesh still looks a little weird, but that's gonna get washed anyway, so it's fine. I'll let that dry a little bit more, because it dries kind of slowly. So cold on my dentures makes some old war injury hurt. You laugh, I have tooth problems right now. And I have to be careful about eating sweet stuff. I literally have to eat sweet stuff in a certain way so it doesn't agitate certain teeth the wrong way. Which comes and goes depending on the state of my nervous system, I suppose. I don't know. It's a whole mess because my dental doesn't cover any of the stuff I actually need. It's horrible. I have to make like a crap load more money before I can get myself like actual medical treatment I require. Oh, it is. What am I getting? What's the next thing? Oh, corn red. Yeah. Gonna start in a trim while I'm waiting for the powdered witch flesh. Dry all the way. Yeah, it's been just kind of a thing for a good number of years now. Like, so my teeth were, my teeth came in, like, super crooked. And for one reason or another, I never ended up with, like, braces or anything. So it just stayed that way. So, of course, even, you know, despite attempts at caring for them, you know, hygiene and stuff, still getting, you know, all kinds of rotting. I have an impacted wisdom tooth I never had to remove. Now it's fused into my jawbone. Going to cost a few thousand, and I grafted bone from my shoulder. Jeez. Yeah, I don't even know how bad my mouth has gotten. Like, you know, there's the obvious stuff, which it's like I have fewer teeth without some kind of issue. Actually, if you include crookedness or just being out of place as an issue, I have almost no, like, completely fine. The whole thing's a mess. It's awful. Oh yeah, so over the weekend I got a bunch more followers from jumping in a few other streams and chatting on Discord. Got me a couple. Yeah, just some good old-fashioned community outreach, you know? And today I got started up workouts and the cold showers again because I had taken a break from both while I was doing the big crunch thing because I just did not have the extra energy or like stress meter with the will to live through it. Because the work crunch started right after I was supposed to increase my workouts, and it was just too much. So, back into it now, easing back up to where I had So today was only, you know, what I was doing right before that. Nice. Oh, yeah. I mean, I used to be like that. I watched some videos on, like, I was trying to find other ways of increasing fat burn. Because the fat I want to get rid of is really difficult to get rid of, and I don't have a lot of it, but I have just enough that it annoys the crap out of me. And something came up was cold showers, and I went through it, and I found different systems of easing myself into it, and I did that, and I also did it. So I go straight from workout to cold shower, and I always am blasting like really heavy metal or something similar that really gets my blood flowing while doing so. And it's always a short shower. Like it's just condition my hair, body wash, rinse off, done, kind of deal. About 6-7 minutes, rarely more than 10. Oh, is this actually all one piece? It's all one piece, and I've been so careful with it. Never mind. This whole thing's going red. I should be using a different brush then, or at least for the back half. It's taking me forever, and there's no point. I just realized it's like a completely solid piece. It's not actually layers. The ridge is in the middle of a thicker piece. Oh wait, no, it's all one piece in the back. Back here, it's all one piece. In the front, this part I think is supposed to be a different. So this part up here needs to be red. So one way of helping ease yourself into it is you do, you know, primarily hot shower, and then have part of it you switch to cold. That's what I did originally last year, and then ironically I wasn't able to keep up with it because I started getting used to it too late into the season. Now the water's starting to turn like legitimately cold, and I'm still able to do % cold shower. Partially just from adrenaline. It's just like I'm already in a pretty hot place internally, and then shoot the adrenaline with the heavy metal. So like today was Lady of the Dark by Sabaton and Take It Back 2021 version by Miracle of Sound, which is a tribute to Mass Effect 3. Actually 2 and 3. I think it's supposed to be the whole trilogy, but I don't really remember much of the way in the video of Mass Effect 1, so yeah, take that for what you will. In other news, over the weekend, I've been, while painting, I took a break from the Uno thing, the Uno stream. Took a break from that, and have been watching through the Hobbit trilogy on Amazon Prime. I've seen them all before, just, you know, been a while. And I'm right at the end of the last one. Wasn't quite able to finish it before the stream started, which is fine. However, it's got me wanting to pick back up and actually finish Shadow of Mordor, the first one. Just, I'm not sure when I'm gonna fit in, because I do have like... Well, no, I have more time to fit in. I don't know, Destiny has waned for me, again. I finished the campaign and then almost immediately lost interest. Even though now I'm at all like the fun stuff, but I don't know, like the grind doesn't appeal to me like it used to. Again, a whole bunch of Discord pings, but it's all stuff from servers, so I'm pretty sure it's not stuff I actually have to care about right now. Yeah, I need a bigger brush and red coverage. So yeah, I don't know. I think about doing the Shadow of Mordor. I have stuff I kind of want to do painting wise for my own stuff, but I've been really meh on that lately. Just because I'm still like creatively tired. Or I'm still tired enough that creativity is not super easy in the coming. Because, like, ironically, I really didn't do much in the way of, like, leisure activities for all of the time I took, quote unquote. Like, a lot of it managed to be work. Go figure. Like, I didn't finish that last Intercessor. Like, its picks and editing and ready to, like, be shown online until, like, 1:30 in the morning last night. Partially because I just couldn't keep myself, like, focused on doing it. Just painting really slowly. Yeah, this is not an easy angle. See, and I just swiped a whole bunch of white. That'll be fun, like. It's fine. It's whatever. Probably gonna be a fair bit of white cleanup anyway. Well, yeah, it already is a fair. So. I have a feeling I might have lost Venom based on the view count. I may be talking to nobody. Nobody. Maybe. Venom was probably like, oh no, he's talking about he's tired again. He's gonna take all this week off too. They're fleeing for the hills to find someone else to watch. Okay. So that's I'm gonna let all that dry completely before we go for another pass. I'm gonna deviate and go back to this purity seal here. Oh, we only got 15 minutes left in the stream. Cool. What we're gonna do is dry brushing. Get some Tyrant Skull. Shove this brush in there. It's synthetic and fairly on the tough end. I'm just wiping it on a napkin until I don't really see much of anything left. Trying to wipe it on my nail. Oh, there's some left. Stuff. Brush along these sides here. Which is more just color shifting the sides a little bit darker, a little bit more yellow. They're kind of whitish before. As well as some of the ridging on it. Cool. It's looking pretty good. I want the edges to be just a little bit brighter. So I'm gonna get Praxity White. Another set it out dry. Cause I actually kind of like set it out dry. It does make dry brushing quite easy. You can dry brush with anything. It gets me most of the way there pretty quick. And Praxity White is an off-white that's just a little bit of like yellow-brown in it. It's like a cream. It looks like cream. Or like... Yeah, it looks like cream. I think I could have zoomed in way more for all of this, but it's a little bit better. Yeah, if I can manage to keep it in here. Alright, let's do some scripting. Scripting's always fun. Get my size 0 Sable and a little bit of Flow Improver and some Abaddon Black that's already on the palette. I want pretty good tip and average amount of paint. Definitely not too much. I'll collect. Sometimes it's a little hard to script more complex shapes because of the texture. Yeah, I was trying to make that like just an like a chevron, but that didn't really happen. So I have some more paint. Sometimes a little bit more paint does help and stuff like that because it allows you to override the texture. Oh, pretty cool, I think. Pretty good. There's just a little bit of like dotting, and so it's like a hint of like text that's happening over there. Can't really see it. Yeah. Yeah, that's some purity seals right there. I like it. Alright, get some more red and see if we can't finish the base coat on this before we head out. Probably won't be raiding because there's like one lurker right now, and that doesn't seem appropriate. That's fine. Always next stream we can raid. It'll be in 3 hours. 3 hours, 10 minutes from now. Alright, yeah. That's, it's honestly probably the first we're gonna get on stream as my, you know, just be finishing it. Hold it anyway. Which I'm probably gonna continue this, somewhat off stream. Not entirely certain what I'm doing with the next 3 hours besides eating dinner. I do have to design his base. Which I know people sometimes really like that, so maybe I'll save that for next stream. Yeah, actually, that gives me some title fodder, some decent titles. Anyway. Yeah, no worries, Venom. You're good. I understand your situation on a practical level. I mean, you know, I'll be here in 3 hours. With yeah, probably doing the weight on this guy because I'll probably just finish the pauldron trim and the weight cleanup off cam, and then we'll pick up on cam with doing the weight on him and then designing the base and then doing the front piece, which is way more interesting. I still have to figure out what colors I'm doing for a lot of these details. The robe will probably be red. The skulls and Indomitus stuff I still gotta figure out. I might do those just really shiny metallics. We'll see. We did determine earlier on stream that the skulls on the shields, those will be bone. So when we get to that, probably Wednesday, realistically Wednesday, that will be quite fun doing this piece. Thinking red trim, white inner plates, all this stuff probably red, and then bone and really shiny silver halo there. We're probably looking out for. The sword will be something like the swords I've been doing recently, but I want to change up the process a little bit, see if I can find a quicker way of getting similarly impressive techniques, and I want to just paint a little bit. I don't think I want to do such a dark blue. Ends up looking a little flat in person. Looks cool on camera, a little flat in person. So I'm thinking of maybe switching up to a Baharath blue and maybe using some non-metallic metal techniques. Potentially by starting by painting the entire blade like Eshin gray or something like that, and working my way up with whites and grays, and then like blue tinted, I think is something like that. Maybe airbrush blue tinted. And do that before the entire rest of the arm. There, I'll pull. Do the blade first for everything else, so I'm thinking to do Eshin gray the entire blade and do like a non-metallic metal thing on it and then airbrush it like Baharath blue or something with slight, like aiming for like the edges, and then see if I can do a little tiny one middle or something like that. And then little bursts around the bumps. And I think that'll be actually faster with a much cooler endgame, I think. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, it's been one of basically tabletop stream. Oh, I know I did start a little late. That's partially because I didn't realize some of my cameras weren't set up after some shenanigans over the weekend. But we're good. It's a decent stream. And I'll see you guys in 3 hours, hopefully.